welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian families collection. For today's video I thought we'd take a tour of another of my favourite shops in the collection, and that is the Village Cake Shop. So this building was put out by Epoch in 2017. It is, I think, my favourite building that Epoch has put out. I love the colour scheme, I love the awning here and the font that they've used for the sign. I love the detail on the doors with all this kind of metal work and the handles. I love that it's got these two big windows so you can see in, and the windows have this lovely embossing on the top with some nice detail. And you've got these kind of window display areas that you can have set up so you can see what's going on in the shop. There's also some lovely embossed details up here on the roof and also on these panels around the bottom of the building. And all of this, I think, just helps it really feel like a Flair era building. I think that if you showed this to me and I had no idea, I'd probably put this down as a Flair era building. It's that detailed and that lovely. It also comes with a lot of nice accessories, which I'll show you when we take a look inside. I have supplemented my building with a couple of additional sets that were sold separately. So firstly there's the cake decorating set, which came with Melinda cake bread here, and I've also used a Flair era set, which is this dessert counter set. So this set was one that didn't come with a building. You could have it and then put it into a building, and I've chosen to pop it into this cake shop here, as you know, you can never have too much cake. So canonically the cake shop is run by Veronica Cake Bread here, and I've kept that canon in my village because I just think she has the perfect uniform for it and it makes sense. She came with the shop, so it would feel a bit mean to take it away from her. I absolutely adore this uniform with the pinks and the whites and the brown. I just think it looks so lovely. It's really detailed and so pretty. And then her daughter Melinda also has a version of the uniform, slightly different, but you can see that they're obviously supposed to be the same uniform. I just think these uniforms are so cute and they go so well with the colour scheme in the shop. So if we take a quick look at the outside of the building, obviously we've had a look at the facade here. So if I turn it slightly to the left, you can have a look at the left hand side. So there's no stickers on this left hand side, but it is so detailed. So there's this lovely kind of ironwork again on the window here with a little awning, and then it's got panels, so many embossed panels and details around it. And then obviously the pink roof carries around from the front. And then if we turn it to the right hand side, I'm trying not to disturb everything that's in the shop and send all the cakes toppling. On the right hand side, so there's more of this lovely embossed panelling, another small window, and then there's this sticker here which is today's specials, and you can see there's a celebration cake of chocolate, and there's these strawberry and blackberry or blueberry tarts and the patisserie swan. But I love this notice board. I think the branding on the notice board as well looks really good with the rest of the shop. And then from here you can also get a really nice look at that embossing on the window. So that's really detailed and really lovely, and that runs all the way around this window and it runs around the window on the other side as well. Then I've turned the building around to the back and you can see it's looking very busy in there, so I'll probably take everyone out and we can have a closer look. But with everyone in, you can kind of see the scale of the building. It's a nice size. There's Veronica in here as well as two other adult Sylvanians and a child-sized Sylvanian, and there's still like plenty of space to kind of walk around. But I will clear everyone out now so that we can have a look at the accessories themselves. Oh, and there was a little baby hiding there as well. So the whole Caramel family is inside looking at cakes today. I'll just move Veronica as well, and Melinda. And then if I shut the doors, you can see how nicely they look together as well. So this section here is what came in that Flair dessert counter set. This section over here is mostly the furniture that came with the building. So the main piece of furniture that came with the building is this big table, and this has lots of the cakes that came with the building as well. So if I turn it like that so you can see better, and then we'll go in for a closer look. These cake stands all came with the building, these little cakes, and these kind of single cakes as well as these tongs. I like the way these are tiered, and this cake is from the cake decorating set, but I think it looks great in with the other cakes as well. And then you get 3 of each of these smaller cakes, and they each come with their own little paper doily. And these accessories, so these little cake toppers, they are, once they're in, they're quite in, but they are all interchangeable. So you could choose whether to have the cake topper or the strawberries on the tops. I've had mine in for a while though, so they're all quite well in there now. Then there's this lovely strawberry cheesecake looking cake. And the details on this are lovely. There's a kind of lemon meringue looking kind of tart. And this gorgeous chocolate cake which we saw on the poster on the side and on the specials board. And the detail on that is lovely, and I think this bow is interchangeable. Again, it's been on there a while, so it's quite well in there, but that would be interchangeable with some other cake topping decorations. So that's kind of the main table that came with the building. So if I lift that out, you can see in the window here we have some more cakes that came with the building. So these are the patisserie swans, again each with their own doily. And then there's a little pink tray here, and it has some leaf biscuits on and another kind of cream tart. So this tart has a cake topper in that says happy birthday, but that again is interchangeable. So I think it's probably quite well in there now. Oh, there we go. This one's a bit looser, but yeah, these cakes have holes in the top, and then you can put the toppers into them, like so. It says happy birthday tart at the moment. Then now I've cleared that table out, you can get a nice look at the floor. The floor itself is really detailed as well. I love this bit in the doorway with the embossing, and then it's got this nice fancy tiles throughout. Then in the second window, I think I might just move this cake counter over to this side so we can have a closer look at this side of the building. So here there is a counter, and this one is changeable, so you can either have it set up like this, it's rounded and fits perfectly into the window, so you can have it set up like that, or it's not fixed in like the window piece here. You can turn it around and have it like that, and then have kind of a shop section that, or like behind the counter here, and be able to see the cake just here. I like that you can have it either way. Personally, I prefer to have it with the cake in the window because I think that's really nice that Veronica's decorating in the window, and it's kind of adds some excitement into coming into the store. But I do like that you can have it whichever way you prefer. So if you were displaying the building this way around, then it might look better like this, so it's more at the front and the kind of focal point. So this is the other main cake piece that you get with the building. I love this. It's multi-tiers, but you can split it out. So each of the tiers splits out separately, so you could have them as individual cakes if you like, and these two layers also have holes in, so you could put cake toppers on those and make those separate cakes. But I really like how they look all stacked together like it's this massive celebration kind of cake. I think that looks really cool. It also makes a great kind of interest piece for the window. And then here's some bits and pieces from the cake decorating set. So there's some other kind of toppers in there, and then this is a cake dish, and then there's a serrated knife and a cake, like a cake, I don't know what the word is. I'm going to call it scooper. I know that's not the word, but like a cake thingy. So those are from the cake decorating set. There's a load more doilies and things that I've hidden under there that are kind of spares. There's a little bowl here for mixing or icing or whatever you'd like to do with it, and that's got a cute little flower detail on it, which I think is lovely. Then there's a little till, slightly different mould to usual. It's got an extra bit of detail on there with that little flower and leaf detail, which is nice. It's hollow inside, but it's a very nice bold colour. And then the table piece or the counter piece is all solid, so there's no storage in it unless you were going to kind of put it on top of things. But this piece turns around, which I really like. So you can turn it so that Veronica can ice all the sides of the cake that she's doing, which I think is really cool. I'm going to pop that back in the way around that I tend to have it now, up against the window, and you can see how well that slots in. Then over here there's a shelf, and there's some little cardboard box pieces on here, so there's some macaroons and some other kind of gift boxing. And here there is a whisk and a kind of palette knife for icing, which have their own little hooks on the wall that they hook into. And you can see some little picture frames here with stickers in, which I think just brings a little bit pop of colour to the wall, which is nice. And the final things that come with the building are these two little cardboard pieces. So these are cake boxes. I love the designs on these. If I could get the camera to focus, there we go. So they've got the cake shop branding on, and then they've got all different pinks and whites, laces, polka dots, all sorts of details. I absolutely adore these. And then they've obviously got the little handle so you can carry your desserts home safely, and you get two of those, and I think they're lovely. And then if we take a quick look at the flare set that I've also popped in here, so the main piece is this cake counter, and it's got lots of different types of cake in it, and you can see those all lined up here. There's some cakes on top and a menu as well, and then also some cakes down the bottom. I especially like this berry tart, that looks very yummy. And each of the cakes has these nice little doilies kind of that stick up onto it. So that's the cake counter. And then there's also a little table that comes with that set, and I use that to put the cardboard pieces on. So there's two more cake boxes with different branding on, but again, very cute. They're slightly smaller, therefore the single cakes. Got the branding on the top, and I usually set those on that little table. And then the other piece it comes with is this glass domed table, and it makes me really happy that the wood on these tables matches really well with the wood on the counter, so they don't look very out of place in this building. And then this is possibly my favourite Sylvanian cake ever. It's a chocolate roll cake. It's kind of like a chocolate Yule log, but I'm guessing it's kind of a year-round one. But it just looks absolutely delicious. Chocolate and cream and berries and a big old slab of chocolate on the top there. If I could choose a cake to have from this cake shop, then this would be the one. So I put it in this special little domed table, as I feel like it is kind of another centerpiece cake. And what I'll do now is I will put back together the interior that I've just pulled apart to show you all the separate bits, and then we can have a look at it proper. So I've popped everything back in now, and I was having a play around, and I actually like this counter better here, because it creates kind of like a area here which is kind of where Veronica would be, and then it's got kind of the shop floor, and you can also see all the cakes if you're a customer. And this little baby here is looking at this cake in wonder. And then I've also got the boxes over here, so everything's kind of, it just felt a little bit more neat and not quite as squashed and busy. But I hope you've enjoyed this tour and taking a closer look at this building and all the accessories it comes with and the kind of extra ones that I've popped in. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.